Ciao a tutti ragazzi, bentornati in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Riprendiamo la nostra run e in questo episodio per prima cosa terminiamo la missione della trama principale con Regis. Quindi andiamo subito al cimitero e gli portiamo il decotto di White. Terminata questa ci dedicheremo a un po' di secondarie. Ok, anche perché se questa missione si chiama una gabbia di matti c'è un motivo e lo scopriremo tra poco. Perché i matti in realtà non sono quelli del manicomio, bensì qualcosa di peggio. Ecco Regis che sta preparando il decotto risonanza.
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned the last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear,
questo è il
might prove
problema.
troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state.
Esatto.
I'm certain you know higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be
Che ci fa lì quello scheletro con
dangerous.
il cappello?
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True, but I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby
Ce ne siamo
will be
già
in great
accorti.
danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesham Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined.
Esatto.
You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Tesham Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and
notevole.
lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesham Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time. never able to escape.
Interessante.
Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
E allora andiamo.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gas.
Non è che sia granché, cavolo, come idea.
Crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I had no choice. As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesham Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
E non hai ancora visto niente. Eccoci arrivati. Ve lo dico subito, ragazzi, questo è un postaccio.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
Va bene.
You lead.
Non è che abbiamo molta scelta.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
Anche se in questo caso saranno utili alla causa.
Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Ah, livello
It's an
45.
ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which release...
Allora, abbiamo ottenuto altri 3 punti abilità, quindi dovremmo essere in grado di sbloccare un'altra mutazione. Sì, questa qui, bagno di sangue. Abbiamo tutto. Ok, così sono disponibili anche queste 2. Però per sbloccare un altro slot abilità ce ne servono altre 3. Ci vorrà un bel po'. Ah, ok, siamo qua in basso. Dopo qui potremmo tornarci anche per prendere altre cose.
The latch relates only to a higher blood.
Buon bottino di punti esperienza.
Mechanisms, a vampire hideout, fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Tesham.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our
Qui c'è un bel po' di roba da raccogliere.
This was the first place we saw.
Human husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
This
Scendiamo.
place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beings have breathed their last here.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of...
Quella è un'armatura particolare.
What you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to
Guarda quanti simboli ci sono qua.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Cells. And this one? Who for? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadloves. We both remained in this part of the world.
And
Tutte
this
creature
one?
strane.
Which tribe's this?
Garisham.
Allora, un anello e dei soldi. Qui cosa abbiamo? Oh, un bel po' di bottino, direi. Ancora soldi. I guanti dell'armatura. Questa qui di... Cioè, questa armatura qui praticamente ha la capacità, come i Sete da Witcher, di attivare un'abilità per quanti pezzi se ne usano.
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those
Poveraccio.
humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it.
Ok, ora dobbiamo sparpagliare quest'esca.
Spread most effectively then.
Allora, vediamo. Qui.
Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, sends shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
Bene. Poi qui.
3 done. 1 left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. Meat stench is so thick I wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
E l'ultima va messa qui. Allora, qui pare che non ci sia altro. Ok. Adesso però, prima dello scontro, ci prepariamo a dovere. Allora, vediamo un po' tutto quello che abbiamo trovato. Però mi sa che abbiamo dimenticato qualcosa. Va bene, il caso lo prenderemo dopo, tanto non ci serviva. Ok. Ok, prepariamo il Quen e parliamo con Regis.
Bait set. What now?
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do.
Sarà un incubo. Dovremo spargere più sangue possibile per farlo andare fuori di testa.
Started spinning.
That the blood?
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Ok. Ci siamo, ragazzi, pronti? Eccoli che arrivano.
Don't know. Calm me down.
Eccone altri due.
Please. You won't be able to.
Regis has smelled the blood.
Dobbiamo combattere finché la barra non diventa piena. Ciao! Ah, perché non bastavano i necropagi, ci mancava anche un vampiro.
I shall overcome.
Good.
Ah, l'abbiamo già eliminato, meglio. Ah, perfino un Katakan, andiamo bene. Ok,
Hold on, I'll let you out.
abbiamo finito. Ah. Ecco fatto. Abbiamo preso il sangue che ci serve.
Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you.
Dobbiamo aspettare.
Get you out of here.
The concoction.
Ah, poveraccio.
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
Siamo tornati al cimitero in automatico. Tornerò dopo a telecamere spente a prendere tutto il
Far from
resto.
ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. As if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture.
What would you have done?
Found Deadloff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you. The pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would, in a heartbeat.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Vediamo di trovare Dettlaff. Eccolo!
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
Fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
Beh, da ammirare che non sia scatenato.
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Detlef? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh?
Abbiamo quindi un ragazzino lustrascarpe e questo conte.
But at least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me.
What?
Esatto, era una delle vittime. Ecco cos'è successo. Qui la faccenda è decisamente sospetta. Un vampiro che uccide volontariamente non si stacca via la mano con cui ha ucciso poi.
Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Detlef had made friends with him. Still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse. Cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Detlef I know. See anything else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Detlef. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were
È
supposed
stato
to
quel
issue strong
biglietto.
emotions.
Clearly the situation provoked such emotions in Detlef. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Detlef first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the port district. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Detlef.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with?
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
E qui abbiamo finito. Altri 800 punti esperienza presi. Se ci penso non ho ancora ispezionato qua questa zona del cimitero. Vediamo se c'è roba interessante. È più che altro roba alchemica. Libri. Ancora libri. Allora, ovviamente adesso non andiamo subito avanti con la trama principale perché qua funziona in modo diverso dalla storia principale del gioco. Perché lì la trama principale è quella con il livello più basso, qua invece la trama principale è quella più alta e che dà più punti esperienza. Quindi qui è buona cosa fare prima le secondarie. Allora, vediamo cosa possiamo fare. E infatti già qui siamo saliti al livello 42, come vedete. Il livello massimo della trama principale arriva al 49 e le missioni sono decisamente più basse. Allora, qui abbiamo questa che è di livello 46. Contratti non abbiamo. Possiamo andare a fare quella che avevamo sbloccato un paio di episodi fa. No, nello scorso. Che è un livello 40, mi pare. È questa qui. Farò così. Prima andrò a telecamere spente qui alle rovine di Tesham Mutna a recuperare tutto quello che avevamo preso. Roba dei mostri e altro. E poi ci vedremo qui alla fattoria Gelenser. Eccoci qua. Allora, raggiungiamo subito il punto X. Eccolo qua. Questa qui è una missione un po' strana. Che dovremo impersonare tipo una recita o qualcosa del genere. Per risolvere il problema. Ho recuperato anche gli altri pezzi di armatura che poi rivenderemo. O magari la useremo a corvo bianco, adesso vediamo.
The dressings, bandages, where did I put them?
Forget it. Bandages won't do him any good.
What? Oh, but he breathed still a moment ago.
Breathed his last then. Bled to death. Legs broken. Femoral arteries ruptured. Wound like that, you're dead in minutes.
Gods.
What happened here exactly?
I was rolling through, fully loaded, when I heard screams. This one crawled towards the road, then drooped to the ground, lost consciousness. I jumped down to help him, dress his wounds. Then you appeared.
Pretty admirable stopping to help a stranger.
Truthfully, when I saw him, I considered it might be an ambush. The thought entered my mind, I near decided to crack the whip. But to abandon a man in need? It's simply not the decent thing to do.
Decent enough in many other places, believe me.
Vediamo un po' di capire che gli è
clean your hands
successo.
thoroughly and burn your shirt. Might also want to rub some time on your body to be sure. Smell of blood might attract ghouls otherwise.
Who might you be, precisely?
A witcher.
Oh. Do you expect some beast might have killed him?
È possibile.
See what we have here. Legs broken, but cause of death's the wound. Small but deep, edges unfrayed.
Sembra un taglio da
Either a
spada.
thrust weapon or a thick claw. Maybe a wyvern's. Tough to say, and... breastplate's unusual. Dented. It's got a patina.
An antiquity, I believe. I deal in these things, so... what's puzzling is... why did he don it?
Not likely to learn that from him. Now to figure out where he came from. From that house, I'm assuming, but need to investigate. Got some work to do. So long.
Andiamo a indagare.
Wait, I will come with you.
So be it. But stay close, keep it down, and don't touch a thing.
Si chiama Morte in costume. Pieno
Trail
zeppo di
leads to the
tracce qui.
house on the hill.
Which stands silent as a grave.
Must have been here he broke his legs. Fell while climbing over the wall. Trying to
ci
leave
sono
the
tracce di
property
sangue
probably
anche su.
after he didn't manage to open the gate. Damn it.
Qui è stata fatta una vera strage. Diamo
What the
un'occhiata.
hell's this? Setting for a banquet?
It seems so. What's your suspicion? Did none survive? Gods!
Silver tableware. Elven engravings. Torso punctured with great force. Blow pierced hardened steel.
Ma
High
certo.
road. Breastplate was identical. Throats massacred. One mighty blow. Shield along sides old and dented. Swords ceremonial. And Shea handiwork clearly.
C'è un bel po' di roba in giro.
Multiple wounds on the body. All puncture wounds, but hard to tell what caused them. Victim's human, but the attire's elven.
Are you certain? How did he come by it? We've so few non-humans.
Pare che non ci sia niente. Vediamo qua sotto. Roba da rivendere. Andiamo su di qua. Altri corpi.
Then dropped to the ground to douse the flames. Didn't manage. Burnt smells growing fainter. Might have been another luckier soul managed to flee. Doublet scorched. Wriggled out of it, tossed it, then ran on.
Sì, qui decisamente è successo qualcosa di strano. E qui c'è qualcuno a quanto pare.
Perhaps there's no one inside after.
I know you're in there. Breathing's loud and clear.
Si sente
Open up.
lontano 1
You
chilometro
go
che
on.
respira affannosamente.
They remain there?
Chi?
Listen, I'm a witcher. I'm here to help you. But if that's gonna happen, you gotta answer some questions first. Who are you exactly?
Durant Faucher Plamonton de Safaran, Lord of these lands, and Chairman of the Society of Friends of the History of Tucson. We meet here annually to mark the anniversary of the Elfin Homage, but something like this...
Cos'è successo di preciso?
First,
You mentioned them. Who do you mean?
those, I don't know what they were, spirits. It all occurred of a sudden. We were staging a scene, the death of paying homage. There was a flash of light that blinded me completely. I heard cries, though saw nothing. Then felt my own robes were in flames. I broke and ran, threw off my doublet, leapt in here and it shut and locked the door behind me. They pounded on the door. I thought they would get through. I thought I was done for, but in the end, it grew calm.
Strano.
So while reenacting a scene from the past, somehow, unintentionally, you summoned a specter, a Korgorath, or a tube, maybe.
What? What now?
Best thing? You gotta do it again, of course.
Are you mad? Would you have this thing kill us?
No, don't want it to kill anyone. Precisely why I gotta do my job. Summon it again, whatever it is, and tend to it once and for all. Durand, think I can reenact the pledge? The giving of homage, alone?
It was a great, momentous event. The surrender of Tucson's last elfin king. You will need at least 3 individuals.
You know what I'm gonna ask for. Need your help. But I'll understand if you turn me down. No objections? Good. Let's
Allora
get to work.
procediamo.
Start by clearing the corpses. Got some time. Won't start the reenactment before nightfall. Things of this sort are a lot more likely to work after dusk. One last thing, though. My pay. Don't work for free, you know.
Understood. Just keep the danger at bay, and I shall be generous. Through and through.
Ok, affare fatto. Comunque ragazzi vi dico soltanto una cosa. I colpevoli di sto macello ce li abbiamo avuti sotto il naso per tutto il tempo. E non sono loro due. E sono ancora sotto il nostro naso.
Sit in for King Ludovic upon the elfin throne, while you, Witcher, will play the Enche ruler, who we must don the costumes. All must be just right.
Allora,
The elven king hosted Ludovic in his own palace upon his own throne, amidst the blinding glow of a plethora of torches.
ok, per prima cosa accendiamo queste.
Don't interrupt.
Ah, qui c'era qualcosa che non ho visto. Ah sì, poi prendiamo anche questo che poi dovremo utilizzarlo. Quanto a voi, colpevoli, vedete di starvene buoni ancora per un po'. Ok, adesso mettiamo il pane e... Ah, il elfico è qua. Adesso dobbiamo prendere la spada e lo scudo. Lo scudo l'abbiamo già preso, mi sa. Ok, allora facciamo subito. Questa no, è quella che ho trovato. Allora deve essere tra gli oggetti delle missioni. Sì, infatti. Spada è anche buona per quello. E anche lo scudo. Perfetto. Ok. Per equipaggiare lo scudo lo selezioniamo e premiamo R1. Sfoderiamo la spada. Prepariamo il quen. E andiamo anche con un paio di pozioni. Ora basta inginocchiarci e inizia lo spettacolo.
I accept your allegiance and shall return in 1 year's time to...
Ed ecco i colpevoli, le statue.
Look, the statues.
Impossible. God's mother!
Cominciamo. Vento del nord superiore, quen. Occhio soprattutto alle tue streghe che sono quelle più pericolose. Cominciamo proprio con loro perché... Una è andata, ok. L'altra dov'è? Eccola qui. E 2. Ora mancano solo i guerrieri. Bene. Missione compiuta.
The sculptures. They came alive. By what witchcraft?
Dunno. Specialize in killing monsters. Reviving them, not so much.
In effetti.
I may know what happened. The statues, you see, once stood in the palace of one Defethov. I acquired them a month past because perhaps I should start at the beginning. This Defethov was to pay tribute to humans, producing statues of this sort each year. Yet He did so but once, for he perished in the massacre of non-humans at the foot of Mount Gorgon in the year 782. It's fortunate he did too, as Tefethef had planned Ludovic's downfall, for he sculpted not statues,
Certo.
columns that masqueraded
Interpretando
as
la
columns
recita si sono
activated
svegliate.
with words said in homage. Columns that would have turned the king and his bodyguards into so much colorful confetti.
Typical. Treachery embodied. Elves. Psheh.
Conosco anche elfi
No
buoni.
better. Elves were just defending their territory. You humans took it, but you still weren't sated. Had to cut the elves down, every last one.
You? What does that mean? You're a man as we are.
Yeah, in a way. Just ashamed to have to admit it sometimes.
Your words? They're wrong, Witcher. But I'll not let you leave empty-handed. Take this. Reward.
Perfetto. Allora, mi sa che le statue animate non hanno lasciato oggetti. No. Che poi in realtà io non ho capito bene se erano veramente statue o se erano umani travestiti, perché abbiamo usato la spada d'acciaio per affrontarli. Un po' strano. Allora, cominciamo a rimettere la spada cantata. Qui abbiamo questa qui che ho recuperato insieme a tutta l'armatura. Però è pesante, quindi a noi non interessa. Adesso, visto che abbiamo ancora del tempo, possiamo fare un'altra quest secondaria. Direi che magari potremmo fare questa qui del quadro. Perciò direi... torniamo qui alla fattoria e prendiamo l'indicatore di viaggio rapido. Ah, dimenticavo! Lo scudo possiamo anche equipaggiarlo, vedete, vi faccio vedere. Eccolo qua, però non serve a niente perché non permette di parare, neanche usando R2, non permette di parare durante i combattimenti, è solo estetico, quindi meglio ripiegare su qualcos'altro. Comunque potete anche utilizzarlo come quadro per Corvo Bianco. Infatti poi lo utilizzerò a questo scopo. Qua è chiuso, non si entra, ok. Prossima destinazione, la piazza centrale. Piazza Grande. Andiamo dritti di qua. Siamo arrivati di mattina molto presto. Non ricordo se c'è anche di notte il pittore, forse... Ah sì, eccolo lì.
Snow White!
Name's
Come
Geralt.
Bianconeve.
What can I do for you?
That hair, the scar, the frown. It's all perfect.
Something you actually want from me? Or are you just gonna go on gushing about my attributes?
I admire, good sir. Admire and desire. Such a threat in the eyes. Oh, so manly.
If you're trying to get me to meet with you some evening, you're just wasting your time.
An evening? Impossible. I shall require the soft light of mid-afternoon for this portrait.
Portrait?
Indeed. Yours. En face. Actual size. With the finest vista Toussaint affords behind you.
Può essere un'idea.
For me. You must. Naturally, I shall pay the compensation due to you for your modeling services.
Accettiamo.
Don't see why not. Long as it doesn't take long.
It shan't. Never worry. We've but a short distance to journey into the hills outside of town. A perfect landscape perfectly to frame your perfect physiognomy.
Let's go then.
I need only fetch my easel and palettes from my studio. We shall meet at noon at the western
Alle 12
gate
alla
near
porta
the palace,
occidentale, ok.
from where we'll venture forth together.
Ritratto del Witcher da vecchio. Questa è una delle missioni più divertenti, almeno. Dovremmo anche un po' combattere, ma Geralt che fa da modello sinceramente non ce lo vedo molto. L'unico problema è che mi sa che ci toccherà meditare perché dobbiamo aspettare mezzogiorno. Vabbè, non c'è problema. Tanto combattimenti non è che se ne fanno tanti qui.
Appearances deceive, Witcher. Beware.
Ok, dovremmo essere vicini. Potevamo anche prenderci il viaggio rapido, vabbè, non è importante. Ha detto a mezzogiorno. E mezzogiorno sì, allora.
I'm here.
Let us go! We should arrive in time to have the best light of the day. The chiaroscuro we shall capture. Just glorious.
Va bene.
Let's go. The things I do for art.
Spiritoso.
We'll arrive faster and less fatigued.
E come al solito Rutilia appare dal nulla.
Hangs in the ducal palace.
So does a cockatrice I cut down once. It's stuffed, maybe even with heather.
I once had a cockatrice feather brush. Best thing for laying down tempera. I no longer have it, sadly. My blasted cat swiped it.
Why would a cat want a brush?
To paint with, of course. And it was no common brush. Fantastic, as I said. And fantastically expensive.
Hang on. Got a cat that paints?
Qua galoppare è inutile perché lui va lento.
He merely copies the works of his betters. And poorly at that.
Your cat?
Yes. Pierre Auguste Moustachois. It's no surprise you've not heard of him. He's a second-rate hack and a thief. We'll continue on foot.
In realtà per fare sto quadro ci vorrà un po'.
Ladies, gentlemen, my lieges, forgive me for being forward, but have you perchance seen a set of paints and brushes nearby?
Eugenie, I believe this peasant wants something from us.
My paints, my brushes, I had prepared them. They were here.
We've not seen any journeyman's tools, my good man. Of that I assure you.
There a problem?
Yes, an immense one. I cannot possibly paint without my paints.
Andiamo a cercarli allora, che problema c'è?
You would be kind enough to locate them?
Damn it.
Yes, right there. I'd prepared everything. Set it out. Ordered and organized.
Might have toppled downhill or something. Fine, I'll take a look around.
E guarda caso c'è una grotta qua sotto.
I think it is life that imitates art.
Vediamo un po'.
Right you are, Fingo. Take Baron de Cordell.
Ci sono indizi qui, infatti.
Spilled paint. Reeks to high heavens of turpentine.
Seguiamo l'odore.
He's begun courting his cousin.
Footprints. Smudged.
Oh, quindi qualcuno li ha rubati. È sparito l'odore, dov'è? Ah, va da questa parte. Ah, qui cosa abbiamo?
Drops here too.
Ecco qui, vanno qua dentro.
Footprints. Smudged.
Rimettiamo subito i decotti, perché comincia lo spettacolo. Che spettacolo, beh, è forte sapere chi ha rubato questi pennelli e colori. Allora, vediamo un po' cosa abbiamo qui. C'è del minerale. Robaccia. Qui.
Neckers.
Sono stati dei necker. Ah, e così abbiamo anche potenziato l'Aeronite, ottimo. Perché salendo di livello la possiamo potenziare di più. Allora, cosa abbiamo qua?
Cave paintings. This here looks a bit like a necker. Big blobs, what? A troll? Neckers depicting victory over some
Trovati.
trolls? That even possible? Necker propaganda? Paints. Don't look ruined. Painter should still be able to use them.
Praticamente erano dei necker artisti. Quasi quasi mi spiace averli eliminati. Ah, qui cosa abbiamo? Ah, ormai niente che conti. Ah, aspetta, facciamo il giro. Ecco qua. Ecco il pittore.
Found your things.
Splendid. Where were they? And... is this all you found? I left so much more.
Should have kept it all with you, not left it lying around. Followed some paint tracks to a necker lair. Seems the beast's made off with your supplies. Used it to paint a fresco on one of the cave walls. Looked something like a battle scene to me.
Impossible. They splashed paint on the wall in a rage. Unimportant. In any case,
non sottovalutare i necker, possono essere intelligenti se
shall
vogliono.
we? While waiting, I spied a superior spot.
Va bene, allora si riparte. Aspettiamo il nostro amico.
Faster.
We have had fantastic luck with the weather. The light is perfect, absolutely perfect.
Painting this masterpiece gonna take long?
A mere 6 hours.
6 ore.
The sun won't allow us to work any longer than that. Oh, but the time will fly by. We'll chat, swap tales.
Better yet, let me down a potion. Time will definitely fly by in a state of lethargy. No need to swap tales.
No. Your expression, your posture, they must be just so. You must look alive.
Era prevedibile che ci voleva un po', in effetti.
Come on, give it some thought. You could title the painting, A Witcher Lying Senselessly on the Heath.
You jest.
Idea.
A jesting witcher.
Oh no, i colpi di scena non mancheranno. Ormai non dovrebbe mancare molto. Mi pare che è qua sopra. No, forse no. Ah sì, è qui, perfetto.
This the place?
Yes. Just look at the view. Breathtaking.
In effetti, non ha tutti i torti.
Pretty, I guess.
Now, you must carefully consider in what pose you wish to be immortalized.
All right. Consider it.
Qui adesso dovremo scegliere la posa. In realtà cambia solo il quadro, non è che ci sia qualche cambiamento a livello di esperienza o altro.
All is ready. We may begin. Have you decided on the pose you'd like to adopt?
Allora, cavallo eroica o sdraiato. Bah, facciamo l'eroica, tanto
Maybe
una
I
o
could just
l'altra.
stand, sword in hand.
Ah, splendid! A heroic pose, of course. The bold warrior, his sword held aloft, ready to run at the... well, that willow over there. I will paint in a griffin later. Shall I begin? Or
Aggiungere un grifone, buona idea.
another pose.
No, vada per questa.
Go ahead.
Now, be so kind as to adopt that look you gave me when I first asked you to work with me. That intense scowl of an angry wild ram about to butt heads. Yes, excellent. Now, hold that. Do not budge.
Traduzione, aspettare fermi.
This gonna take much longer?
Not much at all. We'll run out of daylight soon. Please, keep your head still, in the same position.
Fine, I'll try. I'll also try to remember to never trust a painter again.
No, forse dovresti ricordare di stare attento alle tue spalle.
You'll paint for me later.
Gods! A griffin!
Girati!
Run and hide.
Volevate un grifone, ecco, vi accontentati. Facciamola a pezzi. Un grifone arrosto per cena? Va benissimo. Ecco fatto.
Is it safe?
Yeah, come on out. And no wonder no one ever came here. It was a griffin's hunting ground.
Oh, that thing scared me to death.
Not quite to death. You are alive. Not least because you chose a witcher to sit for you. How's the painting? It survived too?
It did. But I cannot show it to you now. I never display unfinished work. You can see it tomorrow, after midday, where we met. I shall display it in the market square.
Affare fatto.
Monstrous beast. Shall we immortalize it in the painting?
Beh, se eravamo un cavaliere qualsiasi direi di no, ma visto che siamo Witcher tanto vale metterlo.
Let's add it. Carcass can serve as your prop.
Splendid. Interesting color palette. And the textures and the proportions. It will do. Yes, it will do. But I shall paint it in later, in my atelier. There's an excellent illustration in the Encyclopedia Maxima Mundi. I fear this specimen is, well,
in
too
effetti.
hard and chopped. Ah, very well. That will do for now. I shall polish the details later. No point struggling on in this fading light. I almost forgot. Payment for your troubles. And
Questi soldi li useremo tra un attimo.
Though in doing so, you did also save your likeness. For posterity.
Grazie mille. Allora, raccogliamo i resti dal grifone. L'ennesimo trofeo di grifone. Non c'era nient'altro, strano. Ah, ecco, infatti. Spada d'acciaio della guardia ducale di Toussaint. Interessante. Vediamo un attimo. Non è neanche male. Potremmo anche sostituirla temporaneamente, la spada d'acciaio, visto che sta cominciando a diventare un po' più complicato. Tra non molto troveremo quella definitiva, quindi possiamo anche fare così. Allora adesso dobbiamo tornare a Beauclair e aspettare un giorno. Vediamo, non c'è un posto più vicino. Vabbè, andiamo qua.
Faster.
Ah.
Hey there.
Ad andare veloce sono volato giù nel fiume. Non importa. Fatto, problema risolto. Seguiamo a piedi tanto. Cioè ci fanno fare proprio tutte le curve. Ok, ci siamo. Ormai siamo quasi arrivati. Ah? Ok, aspettiamo il giorno dopo. Tanto vale aspettare il giorno. Tenetevi forte, ragazzi. Perché il pittore ha omesso un dettaglio. Ci ha dipinti senza vestiti.
Geralt, there you are. So, our painting. Are you pleased? Is it to your liking? Do tell.
Non è male, direi.
Nice. Shows a lot of imagination. Don't recall undressing before posing, though. Some of the other details are a bit off, too.
Well, the imagination is an artist's chief tool.
Heard the same from a certain poet. He embellishes and invents chiefly.
Dai, non si può negare che sia bello, però.
To buy the painting.
Puoi scommetterci.
I shall take a loss. For you, I'll part with it. I will, at a special price.
Assolutamente.
Why not? It'll make an interesting memento. Though I'd hardly call the price a bargain.
Indeed. Few have the sophistication to appreciate my technique. I sometimes go hungry as a consequence.
All right. At least this way I'll be able to control who sees it. Thanks.
Abbiamo il ritratto di Geralt. Ok, e anche qui abbiamo terminato. Questo naturalmente lo metteremo poi a Corvo Bianco. Allora, adesso, prima di concludere l'episodio, c'è un'ultima cosa che voglio vedere. Allora, vediamo un attimo le secondarie. Ci sono queste che aspetteremo il livello 47, direi, per farla, sì, così almeno otterremo quell'oggetto a livello più alto senza smenarci i punti esperienza. Poi qui, questa qui la facciamo quando faremo l'esplorazione, il che sarà tra non molto, direi. Poi allora, questo qua di livello 46, abbiamo ancora il contratto del mostro di tufo. Allora, vediamo un attimo la mappa. Allora, abbiamo ancora da fare questa missione qui, che la faremo nel prossimo episodio. Questa qui, se non sbaglio, è praticamente la stessa di questa, perché mi pare che si possa iniziare anche parlando con il tizio che sta qua invece che con la donna, però comunque la vedremo domani. A questo punto, escludendo i contratti dei vinificatori, mi sembra che manchino ancora 3 missioni secondarie. Una è la mia preferita in assoluto, che, se non erro, si trova qui. Quando avremo fatto l'altra magari verremo qui a vedere. Poi dovrebbero mancarne ancora un paio che diventano disponibili lungo la trama principale di Blood and Wine. Però mi sa che una non la faremo, perché si può fare solo se sceglieremo uno dei 2 finali possibili in quella direzione. Comunque di quella ne riparleremo a tempo debito. Poi ci sarebbe anche un'altra cosa che possiamo fare in realtà, ovvero abbiamo ancora le cacce al tesoro, ma queste qua come sappiamo non danno esperienza, tranne queste qui degli equipaggiamenti da Gran Maestro. Quindi magari possiamo anche fare un altro salto lì da La Farga e farci dire dove sono, così li cercheremo e prenderemo l'esperienza per averli trovati. Comunque si vedrà nel prossimo episodio. Come al solito ripartiremo da Corvo Bianco. A presto amici, ci vediamo, ciao a tutti!